you're going to lead a team for the World Cup qualifiers. How big of an opportunity is this?
Huge. It's a massive privilege. As Henry touched on before, it's an opportunity that we don't take for granted, to progress through 2 extra stages and to be 1 step away from a World Cup berth. It's going to do wonders to lift the profile of cricket in the Philippines, as well as amongst Filipinos internationally. So yeah, we're really excited.
You've joined with the squad just a few days ago. So how do you coordinate with the guys who came from the Philippines and the guys from the Australia?
Well, we have played with a few of them in the past. So the history with some of those players goes back 3, 4, even 6 years ago. However, there are some new players that we haven't really met. And so the last few days it's been about connection. We've had many team meetings, we've done gym sessions together, we've trained at the nets. So it's been about finding that connection and that bonding, and just getting everyone to understand about our shared identity as part of the Filipino national team.
How long have you been associated with the Philippines cricket, and how has the development been so far?
How long have I been involved?
Yeah.
So I've been involved since 2012. We toured Hong Kong back in 13 and 14. I played in Lismore, Bendigo, Manila, PNG, and now this is the big one in Oman. So over those last 8 years I've seen the development of Filipino cricket, and it's been really exciting to see it grow. Probably another positive factor is the fact that this is the first tournament where we've got Filipino-blooded players who actually have a mum or dad who's Filipino being in the team, making up the majority of the team. So that's really important, because when we're selling the game back in Manila and the Philippines, we want them to see Filipinos playing the game, loving the game, and being successful at the game.
You said this is the biggest stage. Can we say that this is the strongest Philippine squad that you've seen in this period?
Easily. I've been involved for 8 years, and this is the strongest squad we've got. And we've got a really good mix of experienced players, middle-year players, as well as new blood coming through with a lot of enthusiasm. So it is probably the best squad that we've put forward.
Competitive-wise, do you think can we expect any upset, or do you come here for the experience only?
No. We're hoping to pull up maybe 1 or 2 upsets. I mean, it'd be a fairy tale. It'd be a Hollywood movie. The 46th ranked nation defeating one of the top 20. But we're taking it very seriously. For us, we've all got families. We've got jobs. All of our training is based around a full-time job. So, for us, cricket, we're amateur cricketers. We don't get paid. So the sacrifices we've made are going to show in our cricket. We've come here to play, and we want to play hard.
You're playing against Oman, Nepal, who have already have World Cup experiences.
Yeah.
How big of an opportunity will it be for the younger ones who are trying to come into the cricket?
Oh, huge. I mean, we spoke about that even amongst the older members of the team, like myself, and the younger ones. The whole thing's going to be, it will be a learning experience. Yes, we're going to compete, but when you're playing against nations that have been at that level before, you just want to absorb the contest and learn even the little things, from how they bat, how they bowl. Today we came earlier, and I think Nepal was having a hit of cricket. So many sixes going over here. We were just like looking at them, wow, like really, really, really impressive. Even just listening to that sweetness of the timing, bat on ball, so decisive. So yeah, our guys, they're taking it in. They are taking it in, and they're going to walk away from this tournament better cricketers.
Are there any new generation players that took up cricket after you guys started to play?
What was that?
Are there any players who are Filipino blood and who started playing cricket after seeing you guys play?
There's been a lot that have started to play, but what actually happened was, when we started playing in Manila, we had a bit of success 3 years ago. That was put on social media, Instagram, Facebook. So from that exposure, we've actually picked up 2 or 3 extra players, because they were like, oh, I'm Filipino and I play cricket. So they had to try out, they went through the process, but from that immediate exposure and our success in Manila, yeah, we picked up a few players. Back home, back in Manila, there's a really strong schools program. So the Philippine Cricket Association actually runs workshops at all of these different schools in Manila, introducing cricket as an alternative to basketball.
So how do you rate Nepal? How much do you know about Nepalese cricket?
Yeah, as Henry was saying, we know about Sandeep, but we know that obviously Nepal is right next to India, and so cricket's a religion in the subcontinent. Myself, I love cricket. I named my second son Sachin, and so it's really exciting to play Nepal. But do we know much about the actual domestic structure of cricket there? No. Do we know that they can play? Obviously, and so we have to prepare adequately. It's going to be a hot contest, and we know that it's going to be hard. So yeah, we're going to have to learn something about ourselves when we play you.
So you're taking on Canada on the first game.
Yeah.
What will the approach be against Canada?
Aggressive. You know, it's basically all or nothing. We don't. T20 is the type of game where you can't like, oh yeah, let's see how we go for 5 overs. From ball one, we've got to be on our plan, and the margin for error is so small. So you know, we're going to attack. We're going to be aggressive. Probably we're more of a bowling side, and so if the toss is favourable, we'll probably want to have a bowl and see if we can restrict an opposition. But yeah, I mean, we're going to go hard. We've got nothing to lose. I think that's probably the most liberating part of being here. Ranked 46, come against these teams, we have nothing to lose. We've just got one thing to do and just play our best.